Can you be gay and be Christian? Well, yes, of course you can. If you want to be, absolutely, go for it. Honestly, there's been so much written about this over time. So many different books. We use so many different ways to explain things. So there's theological reasons. You can go back to the old Greek or the language the Bible was written in and just go from there. Or you can just look at kind of analogies and say like, well, this happened with this, therefore this happened with that. Or you can look at the things that Jesus said and the way that he treated people. There's loads of ways to explain that it's absolutely fine to be gay and to love people. And if you want to hook up with people, by all means, and also be a Christian if that's what you want to be. And also, Christianity itself is defined in so many different ways by so many different people and so many different churches, so many different types, so many different denominations. And some of them have got some rules and some of them have got others. Like, by all means, I don't see, to me, like now, there doesn't seem to be a distinction for me as to why you couldn't be gay and be Christian. But of course, through my life, it was like the biggest struggle. It was the biggest stress. I used to pray that I wouldn't wake up in the morning if I didn't wake up and I wasn't gay. That was how I felt, how strongly I felt about it, because I didn't think that I could be a Christian and be gay. And I guess like I just read the Bible a lot, and I found that in the end, I found that the God of the Bible was very different from the way that I thought that I understood him. And I kind of came to my own conclusion that it was fine for me to be gay and to be a Christian. Now, I don't define myself now as Christian, but I've still been involved in that culture for such a long time. I still feel like I have permission to talk on it. The Church of England is still going out of its way to try and stop people from having same-sex marriages, and they are kind of like not even letting you get married outside the church, then coming to the church and have a blessing for your same-sex couple, your same-sex marriage. It's none of their business as far as I'm concerned. If you want to get married and you're gay and you want to be part of the church, like by all means just do it. Don't ask their permission, just go for it. And there's also a lot of priests are now deciding to just go ahead and run those gay marriages in their churches and just go against what the church, the heads are saying. Because even are these people? Who are these bishops to even tell you what you can and can't do? I think we've had so much pain from the church, from religion affecting what it means to be gay or to be bi or to be lesbian, or to be in an open relationship of any kind. And now it's kind of time to just stop and just say, do you know what? It's absolutely none of your business. The funny thing is, the majority of people who are anti-gay in the church don't even know what most of the Bible says about most of the stories that they love, about most of the things, because most of them don't read the Bible, and most of them just like they heard something somewhere and they've repeated it. Like a lot of people who talk about like, oh well, the Old Testament is anti-gay. They don't say that the Old Testament also taught you about scraping mold